where dawn turns to dusk, day turns to night, but not specifically in that order. Welcome to Pine Cliff. Good evening, Pine Cliff. It is officially coffee time. It's a nice, crispy morning full of hard workers shuffling from their quaint rural housing into their flannel jackets and overalls for a hard day's work. Once more into the woods to start their long, criminally underpaid workdays where they break their backs and come home with slivers. Unless you work in town. Then it's not too bad. Like every day, we've got lots of news to go through, because every day is new, and new things are happening all the time. But first, before we get into it, here's the Daily Inquiry. A man walks down the street, and he says, "Why? Why have the stars gone away to places we cannot see but only feel? What are they hiding from? What do they fear now so much they would stop shining, just to save themselves from whatever heinous threat has displaced them from their one and only purpose in this universe? Are they still stars if they cannot shine in the night sky? Is the night sky still the night sky if it has no stars to separate its identity from the lightless, pointless, endless void that grips our small, fragile world in its angry clutches? What are the stars afraid of? And should we be afraid? Without our beloved stars, what shall we compare to dreams now? Are there only nightmares now? A man walks down the street in darkness, under lonely skies, abandoned by stars. And now for the community update. I'm happy to announce that the Morris Music and Guitar Workshop has been officially reopened. After 5 years of sad dormancy and an unbearable silence, Gary Morris has come back home. Thanks to government funding and community donations, of which I am among many happy donors, the Morris Music and Guitar Shop has not only been renovated, but expanded as well. I am proud of you, Pine Cliff. 10 years and the Guitar Workshop is back and better than ever. For some of the newer members in our pleasant woodland community, Gary Morris, the music man himself, is a bit of a local legend. After dying 15 years ago of soul cancer, Gary Morris, or as most of us call him, Mr. Morris, the music man, he had to move away while the shop was left to rot for 23 agonizing years. The new shop will include instruments such as cymbals, tenor and baritone ukuleles, keyboard pianos, drum sets, strandobines, mandolins, dark mandolins, accordions, banjos, violins, violins, violas, wailas, victrolas, flesh-eating harmonica, handmade lutes, hand-destroyed lutes, harps, trombones, shrieking children, and cellos. What a selection, Pine Cliff. Gary Morris has also stated that he'll be giving free music theory lessons all week, as well as music fact lessons and music hypothesis lessons. Better get there and sign up while you can, Pine Cliff. I might consider signing up myself after I dust off that old guitar. I can't remember why I ever quit playing. Come to think of it, it was fun and I was getting so good. Must have been the weirdly off-key noises coming from inside my guitar whenever I picked it up, as well as the threats of domestic violence. 30 painful, excruciating years, Pine Cliff. Morris Music and Guitar Shop. In other news, neighbors, we have gathered reports that a voice has drifted into Pine Cliff. It came with the twilight, rolling into our humble town like the gentle mist we know and kiss with every frosty breath we take. Locals report the voice came softly at first, in a quote-unquote familiar way, like a pleasant song you've heard 1,000 times but still don't know the words to, only the melody. Our newest intern, Chad, was sent out this morning to collect eyewitness accounts, or ear-witness accounts, for today's broadcast. Autumn Golden from downtown Beanwater Coffee stated she first heard a voice this morning while she opened up shop, claiming she was listening to music on the radio, when softly the voice crept in. She said it started with a whisper, soft, steady and kind, but something about it scared her. Not everyone in Pinecliff has heard the voice, but still, reports keep coming in. I myself have heard nothing, nor has Chad, but things tend to change, Pinecliff. More on this story as it develops. And now it's time for today's poem. I walked these empty streets of rain, and saw nothing but the dark harassment of the night, and above me shining, a single silver light. I stood beneath it in its wake, and let it wash over me with a tender petrichor. I hugged it close and felt my fingers cut deep against its sharp and brittle paint, where the blood fell silent there among the rain. I know not the color of this paint. I felt a shiver then, alone asking questions where and how instead of when. My blood flowed freely first of red instead of blue, until its cinder flame that burned off yesterday turned cold and chrome-like. My blood all fell from me, every last drop like the rain itself, and washed away as my veins were filled with liquid silver, and my arteries with light. I too shine now, growing brighter with silver light, and I now know why skies bleed forever. This poem was submitted by Kenny Anderson, 3rd grade. Ah, how sweet. Update on the voice, dear neighbors. Our newest intern, Chad, tells us the voice has grown louder, and our reports have definitely picked up. The voice is deep and lonely, reports report, as well as worried and perhaps a bit aggressive. There's something in the way it touches us, Chad reports, like it's feeling us in ways we do not want to be felt. It knows we feel it tingling our spines and creeping intrusively into the backs of our minds. It gives us headaches, and it loves that we hate it. Mayor Watts has announced to hold a town meeting later today in response to the voice. So if you're looking for answers or the means to stop the whispers and the headaches, make sure you're there. More on this as it develops. And now, obituaries. You've been walking for days. Days and days and days. Yet still there is no comfort to be found in this vast and empty desert. Your feet blister and pop like boiling water under your torn and broken vagabond shoes, while your knees crack and pop under the constant and unforgiving weight of your heavy pack. There exists nothing in any direction, besides vastness in its entirety and the single road you walk on leading in 2 directions, here and there. Water is a distant memory, and your prolonged solitude makes you wonder if you ever truly existed before this. You think of home, of once kind and underappreciated parents that held you close and wiped away your sorrows when the days hurt you and made you cry. Have you imagined it? Has there been some life before this means to an end? Or has dehydration and crippling solitude driven you mad after centuries of searching for things that do and could not exist? Is that purgatory? When will it be night? Is there even such a thing? Perhaps just another of your strange and fantastical illusions. Even if it was real, does it really matter? Perhaps nothing matters when you are completely and totally alone. Your shoes are melting. You are so hot that you can no longer even sweat. Your face leaks only salt, and stains where you once shed tears turn to evaporating dust. You are so dry. Everything is so dry. You are dry. You are coarse like the sand. your fingers callous and prickly like the cacti that surround you. Unlike you, the cacti do not walk, but like them, you are getting nowhere. All is dust and heat. Anything else, like the waters on the road you've pursued since infinity, is imaginary. Like the desert, you are empty. You are arid. You are crusty, and distant, and burning, and pointless. You are home. And now, a word from our sponsor. Tired of being tired all the time? Are you sick of waking up every single morning just to face a silent, empty life that brings you no conflict, adventure, or fulfillment? Try our all-new Sleepy Tic Tacs. Every time you feel like life's too boring or it's got you down, pop a couple of these on your tongue and let it take you to sleep. Not ready to wake up? Pop a couple more. The more you eat, the longer you sleep. Local Bernie Stetson took an entire bottle in one sitting and he feels great. Let's see what he has to say about them in his review. Wow, what a product! Sleepy Tic Tacs come with an assortment of 5 delicious brand new flavors. Rambutan fruit, mint, confidence to end it all, call your mom she's lonely and she misses you, and white grape. Strange, I thought they already had white grape. Huh. Tic Tacs. Entertain your mouth and never wake up again, because you're wasting your life anyways and you were never really awake to begin with. Update on the mysterious voice. Following numerous reports of severe migraines and suicidal thoughts, Mayor Watts has hired a group of local ghost hunters to take care of the job. After questioning from our intern Chad, the ghost hunters simply shook their heads in frustration and just said, "We're just hunters. Normal hunters who happen to be ghosts. Ghost hunters, not ghost hunters. We don't know what the voice is or how to deal with it. We were just about to go tag some ghost elk when the police brought us in. What do they want us to do? What do we know? What the mayor should do is call a poltergeist expert. Someone who knows what they're dealing with." More on this story as it develops. And now for the daily interview. Listeners, we have a country music legend here today. I am so excited to introduce you to the one and only John Denver. Hey there, John. How you doing? All right. I'll go first. May I just start by saying I am a huge fan of yours, John. 40 years ago, I picked up guitar just to learn some of your songs. The Very Edge of Night is my favorite song of yours, and now that that guitar shop is open again, I can finally get back to learning. Been working on any new songs? Well, how was the drive up? You feeling all right? Are you, no offense, but are you gonna say anything? Not even gonna answer my questions? Not gonna say anything? Just gonna sit there and stare at me with that large hissing basket on your lap? Oh, he's opening up the basket. And it's full of rattlesnakes. And empty tuna cans. He's pulling one rattlesnake out, and he's eating it. He's devouring it whole. Why would you do that? I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm not sure if I like this. I feel a little unsettled to watch this. Wow. How do you disconnect your jaw like that? And now he's eating the tuna cans? Why would you eat those without cooking them first? Oh. Huh. Oh, all right. 10 at a time? That's disturbing. But actually quite impressive. Oh. Oh yeah, wow. Wow, what a talent. Now that's an artist. Man, John Denver, everybody. Absolutely incredible. Better than I could have hoped. Wow. Oh, amazing. Oh. Well, now he's fading away. Oh my, he's turning into sand, but the rattlesnakes he's ingested are not. And they're still alive. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, John. Incredible. And now he's gone. Completely gone. And my office is full of rattlesnakes and sand. They're not rattling anymore. I don't think they can see me. Not that it matters. Okay. John Denver, everybody. And now it's time for sports. Man, oh man, Pinecliff. What an unfortunate setback. Last night, after leading all night by 5 points or more, our beloved Lizard Monitors just barely lost it by 2 points to the Red Mesa Ant Carpenters. Coach Wickett says the Lizard Monitors lost fair and square, and blames poor defense for the close defeat. But others, myself included, suspected foul play. I felt initially that bringing firearms to the game and firing them at our children was not only unethical, but downright cheating. True, the children could not die as the result of being shot at for obvious reasons. But as a resident of Pinecliff, I find it terribly offensive and in poor sportsmanship to bring guns to a ball game. Unless it's hockey, of course. But, as it turns out, this strategy is totally legal and falls cleanly into victory for Red Mesa. So, congratulations, I guess. Pinecliff, if you see any of our dedicated players here in town, be sure to cheer them up. Bake them brownies, tell them good work, and make them feel like the proud, confident warriors we know them to be. I know you will, Pinecliff. Great work, Lizard Monitors. You make me proud. Another update on The Voice. The Voice is giving our townsfolk horrendous homesickness and intense hallucinations. After multiple angry reports of threats of violence, Mayor Watts has followed public advice and brought in a poltergeist expert. After pulling out a dusty Ouija board to summon the poltergeist expert to the town hall, the poltergeist simply replied one letter at a time, "I am a poltergeist, yes, but I am an expert in marine biology. I don't know why you thought I'd have any clue how to solve your voice problem. You are an idiot, and I regret voting for you." The poltergeist then opened multiple kitchen cupboards across town before flickering some lights and moving everyone's dog dishes a couple of feet from their original locations. Poltergeists can be very cryptic sometimes, so interpret that riddle as you will. More on the story as it develops. And now for letters from listeners. Letter 1 is from Mariah. Dear Don, I have never been a coffee drinker, but my work pile has been growing non-stop, and I'll need to pull some all-nighters to catch everything up. I'd like to become a coffee drinker as soon as possible. Where do I start? Well, Mariah, here's what I have to say. If you're making coffee for a group of people, get yourself an automatic coffee machine. They're quick, they make a lot, and they're easy. If you're only making enough coffee for one or two, though, get a French press. It's a little harder, but much more fulfilling, and doesn't require as much coffee grounds to keep yourself caffeinated and get you through that tough night. It also helps you not drink too much coffee, as tempting as it can be. Who needs all that coffee? As for coffee types, stay away from cold coffee. It's evil, and not the good type either. Get yourself some nice fresh medium ground Colombian coffee. You're a beginner after all, and what better than a classic? Cream is okay if you can't get over the bitter taste. I recommend French vanilla or hazelnut. But as time goes on, don't be afraid to try some new blends and flavors. I hope this helped, Mariah. Enjoy your first cup. Love, Don. Letter 2 is from Travis. Dear Donald, how do I get out of this town? Dear Sheldon, you can't. Nobody leaves Pinecliff unless they need to, or unless someone else needs them to, or something. If you want to leave, and why would you simply can't leave. It's not enough. Think of it as currency. You want to leave, but want is worthless, and need is invaluable. You can't leave. Don't even try. Good luck, though. Love, Don. Letter 3 is from Ricky. Dear Donald, why? Ricky? I don't know. Why not? Love, Donald. This has been Letters from Listeners. Update on the voice. Listeners, I am terrified to report that I can now hear the voice as well. I hear, like all of you, at the back of my head, a series of hissing and vibrating strange words and messages up and down my soul in offensive and uncomforting ways. This bad, horrible, slimy voice is making me feel sad, but also happy in upsetting ways. This voice reminds me of someone I used to be loved by, but makes me very angry at the same time, like someone that hurts people and blames me for what happened. What happened? I have no idea. I'm getting mad. I want to hurt something. I want to hurt you. I'm going to take a moment to listen to what this voice has to say. But for now, the weather. Raining. Foggy. A bit frosty, like always. And now it's time for Hero of the Week.
Under the arc of a weather-stained boards, ancient goblins and warlords, down underground on a vacancy, the smell of death is all around, and the night when the cold wind blows, no one cares and nobody knows. Follow Victor to the sacred place. This ain't a dream, I can't escape. Molar and fangs, the clicking of bones, spirits moaning among the tombstones. And the night when the moon is bright, someone cries, something ain't alright. I don't wanna be buried in a pet cemetery, 'cause I don't wanna live my life again. I don't wanna be buried in a pet cemetery, 'cause I don't wanna live my life again. The moon is full, the air is still. All of a sudden, I feel a chill. Victor's grinning flesh rotting away. Skeleton dance, I curse this day. And the night when the wolves cry out, listen close and you can hear me shout. I don't wanna be buried in a pet cemetery, 'cause I don't wanna live my life again. No, I don't wanna be buried in a pet cemetery,
Well, neighbors, what a jumble. The mystery of the floating voice has been completely solved, and when you find out what happens, I promise you'll kick yourselves. It was me. Yep, me. Through a silly act of chance and lapse in rational thinking, everyone in town must have simply left their radios on and heard today's broadcast. During a frantic press meeting, Mayor Watts, who was crying and screaming with his hands placed over his ears to block out the voices of angry reporters, and, well, my voice, screamed desperately in a fit of tears. I don't know, it's the radio man, leave me alone. So, there you have it. A strange and freakish series of coincidences, where everyone in town got headaches, felt suicidal, and maybe got a little violent. Sorry, Chad. What a silly mix-up, Pinecliff, and another wonderful story to add to our lives. Thankfully, the voice was not something dangerous or ominous. Nothing dark and angry or threatening or potentially evil has come to our town to try and unravel our metaphysical minds from the absence of our once physical bodies. And I am happy to say my beautiful, friendly, loving little woodland town is completely safe. That's the thing about accidents, Pinecliff. They're not meant at all, of course. They're accidents. They sneak up on us. Silently, gently, slowly, like a black cloud in the distance of a bright and sunny day, or a bad memory from long ago we'd like to forget. But we can't forget. We can only forgive. We can only forsake, and we can only listen. Thank you for listening to me. It makes my soul happy. Twilight again, Pinecliff. Twilight again.
Welcome to Pinecliff is a spin-off of Welcome to Night Vale, a production of Night Vale Presents. It is written by Joseph Mangala and Jeffrey Dahmer, and produced by Joseph Mangala. The voice of Pinecliff is Donald Sterling. Royalty-free music by various artists. Link in the description. This episode's hero of the week was Pet Semetary by The Tiny. Find out more at thetiny.net. Comments? Questions? We can't hear you because we have no website. Scream loud enough and we might hear you. Or something else will. Maybe just don't scream. Just to be safe. Check out welcometonightvale.com for more information on the original show, and check out the other cool podcasts they make with Night Vale Presents. And while you're there, consider clicking the donate link. They deserve it. Today's proverb: as loud as you can. As loud as you can. Just as loud as you can.